how strong that team is. Making his way into the building. One of the bigger mixed martial arts fans I know, President Donald Trump, taking his octagon side seat for UFC 295. We got 2 title fights coming up at UFC 295 here in a matter of moments, live from Madison Square Garden.
Are we seeing here the Ultra MAGA dream ticket, Trump Tucker 2024? Well, that's what a lot of people are openly speculating after this weekend's joint appearance between the two at the UFC championship fight that only served to further confirm those rumors. Hey, gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your Patriot Professor, here to help you to think better so you can feel better in these crazy and turbulent times. If you've already done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. Heads were certainly turning this weekend as President Trump entered Madison Square Garden, as only Trump can. He attended the latest UFC 295 fight to, of course, a massive standing ovation. UFC fans love him. And he was flanked by quite the entourage that included UFC President Dana White, Kid Rock, Don Jr., and the person everyone took special notice of, the one and only Tucker Carlson. In fact, Tucker posted the dramatic entrance into Madison Square Garden on his Twitter feed. As many of you know, President Trump recently openly entertained the idea of picking Tucker as his running mate. Speaking on the Buck Sexton show a few days back, Trump said this.
Would you consider Tucker Carlson on your VP list?
Oh,
I
wow.
want to give you a hypothetical here. You're a big sports fan. You know, like Nick Saban's going to retire at some point. And if you talk to the athletic director at Alabama, he would say he has a list. So would Tucker Carlson be on your list of potential VPs? And how many names might be on that list as you sit and look and survey the political field?
Well, first of all, you know, I did my first, you could call it counter-programming, but I won't call it that. But Tucker wanted to do an interview during the first debate. And I think you know, because this is what your business is, we broke every record.
Monster audience.
In history, yeah. I think it just hit over 300 million people. But it was for that evening over 207 million. It then got to 275 within a day or two. And the biggest ever was Oprah's interview with Michael Jackson, which was 125 million. So we almost doubled it. Now, who would have thought that was going to happen? The debate, the last debate they had the lowest audience in the history of presidential debates. I don't know if you know it. And I think the one tonight is not, it's on tonight. And I don't even talk about it.
Would you consider Tucker, though, that they based on those
I
numbers?
like Tucker a lot. I guess I would. I think I'd say I would, because he's got great common sense. You know, when they say that you guys are conservative or I'm conservative, it's not that we're conservative. We have common sense. We want to have safe borders. We want to have a wall because walls work. You know what, Ron, I used to say about walls? I'd say wheels and walls. Everything changes. The computer that you have in front of you in about a month from now will be totally obsolete. Right now you have the finest equipment in the world, and in about a month from now that equipment will be obsolete. The only two things for centuries that's not obsolete are wheels and walls, right?
That's pretty good.
No, when you think about it, right? A wheel will always be a wheel. It's never going to change. And a wall will always be a wall.
Hey, gang, you need to click on that link below right now and visit the amazing Patriots over at Goldco. With everything going on right now, the radical instability and unpredictability that surrounds us requires that we become very smart with our money. We never know what's really going to happen, often until it's too late. And so that's why I partnered with the amazing company Goldco, because I know the Patriots there are ready to guide you and help you at a time like this. So go ahead and click on that link below right now to get your very own gold and silver kit absolutely free. That's right, free. This gold and silver kit shows you how to get into precious metals tax-free and penalty-free, even if your money's still in a retirement account like an IRA or a 401k. And get this, you may already qualify to get up to $10,000 in free silver. I told you they're patriots just like us, and they're here to help you. You've seen the writing on the wall. Don't wait until it's too late. Defend your financial freedom right now by clicking on that link below and get your free gold and silver kit today. Wheels and walls, I love it. You can never improve on wheels and walls. They have a permanence to them that nothing else seems to have, technologically speaking. Now, in my view, a Trump Tucker ticket in 2024 would be absolutely amazing. Think about it. The dynamic duo, already in a sense auditioned for America's attention several weeks back in an interview that absolutely broke the internet. Even Elon Musk admitted that. He pointed out that the views for Tucker's interview with Trump on the night of the first GOP debates actually ended up exceeding the population of the United States. I mean, we're talking hundreds of millions of views as compared to the pathetic puddle of an audience that the first GOP debate got. Tucker has the overwhelming confidence and trust of the GOP rank and file, and that trust stands in stark contrast to the implosion of trust and confidence in the GOP establishment. We talk often on this channel about a very real trend that scholars have noticed developing over the last decade, a trend known as delegitimation, which is just a fancy schmancy word to describe the process whereby institutions, regulations, and authorities increasingly lose their legitimacy, their trust, their confidence in the eyes of more and more people. Back in 2010, pollster Scott Rasmussen and Doug Schoen published a study evidencing a major paradigm shift taking place among the American electorate. Rasmussen and Schoen found that substantial data indicated that the old political divides between left versus right, liberal versus conservative, Republican versus Democrat, were dying away. And a new divide was rising up, a divide between the people versus the political class, the ruled versus the rulers. So, for example, back in 1964, 70% of the American electorate believed that the government was being run for the benefit of all. Today, that number is basically imploded to 10%. 9 in 10 Americans believe the government is ultimately run for the benefit of the rich and powerful. What Trump's consideration of Tucker underscores is this delegitimation, this total loss in confidence in our political class. There's virtually no one that Trump can pick among our politicians that would satisfy or reverse this complete breakdown in trust. And so what we see with delegitimation, not just here in the States, but in Europe and in Latin America as well, what we're seeing is the rise of outsiders, political outsiders, who now, because of this total breakdown in confidence and trust, they now have political plausibility they never would have had were that trust and confidence intact. And there's no sign of restoring that trust anytime soon. Every poll out there shows that Americans' trust in our establishment institutions is at an all-time low. The latest Gallup polling shows a record low level of trust for the presidency, for our legal system, our medical system, big business, big tech, the legacy media, the criminal justice system. I mean, we're talking across the board. Confidence in the mediating institutions of our society is down dramatically. So is it any wonder that every time Trump gets indicted, his poll numbers go up? This is delegitimation. And a Trump-Tucker ticket would further confirm Trump's uncanny political instincts and being able to read the national room, as it were. Nigel Farage of Brexit fame, he's often said that he's known of no one else who could even come close to Trump's political instincts. They're astonishing. He recognized that politics of the present and the future are built around what scholars call post-security politics, where globalism's erosion of border security, economic security, and cultural security foreground those precise issues as the top concerns among voters. Trump, Tucker together appear absolutely on point with precisely these post-security concerns, all as our permanent political class does their very best to consistently ignore them. But the more our political class ignores them, the more they erode confidence and trust in them and in our political establishment, all the while bolstering the chances of outsiders to come in and disrupt the system. And I can think of no more of a disruptive ticket and more ultra MAGA than a Trump-Tucker 2024. Are you ready to join the resistance? Because I'm leading a group of dedicated, courageous patriots who can lead a spearhead into the heart of the secular globalist establishment. We punished Bud Light and Target, driven CNN and the legacy media to near bankruptcy, forced BlackRock to backtrack on ESG, and now we're seeing our conservative-dominated Supreme Court ending affirmative action and protecting religious liberty. In my Insiders Club, I show you concrete steps to take locally and online that will only keep this mass uprising going until the battle is won. Don't wait. Click the link in my description below and join my Courageous Patriots Insiders Club today.